Initially, we were worried because it's something new, very new to us, very new to the world, and to healthcare as well. So initially, we were a bit whether to go for it or not. But Singapore started earlier than us. I used to work in Singapore, and a lot of my colleagues have received that vaccine. So looking at their social media, looking at their response after the vaccination, we decided that it's safe, and we go for it.
I'm currently working at a COVID hospital.
Yeah.
So my hospital, actually, we're getting direct information from the KKM regarding the vaccine. So we actually told that the vaccine will be rolling out. Actually, we got the news earlier on.
Okay.
I think the end of November, early December. We already know that something like this is coming. So at that time, we were already asked to send in our applications to see who is interested, who wants to take it. At the time, even among healthcare workers, healthcare professionals, we were a bit, we call ourselves vaccine cautious.
It was very quick. We got vaccinated at different centers.
Okay.
He got it in GH, I got it in a stadium.
All right.
Who caters for all the private hospitals and clinics. So I have to bring my IC and my handphone, which has the My Sejahtera app. So when I reach there, I have to. They will give me a consent form. They'll first confirm which hospital am I from and is my name on the list. So after I was given a consent form, I have to sign the consent form, and then I walked straight away into the stadium where the nurse will see me, and then they teach me how to scan in using my Sejahtera, and the queue was short, very short. I spent time waiting for people who come because one wall can be shared with 6 patients.
I see. Okay.
So to avoid wastage, so they have to wait until there is 6 recipients, then they will open and dilute the wall. Yeah, reach. The vaccination process takes very fast.
Okay.
Yeah, just and bite, few seconds.
Because my vaccination center is in the general hospital that I'm working at, so I think they are all very trained. So they are all, when I did it, I wasn't the first batch. I was, I think number day 6 or day 7 when they're already doing it. So they're all very trained, it's very fast. So I think because everyone there are healthcare professionals, so the flow is even faster because most of us already know what we are going to do. Most of us we actually given a pamphlet to see the flow, the flow chart, the map. So we just carry on. It's really, really fast. I think the longest time was the time waiting for monitoring because everyone gets monitored for 15 minutes to half an hour, depending on our risk. Okay. So I'm categorized as low risk. So 15, I'll just wait. The whole vaccination process, being vaccinated takes less than 5 minutes from registration to getting the needle. So the other 15 minutes is spent waiting. So the total amount of time is 20 minutes. That's all.
Okay.
So because I got vaccinated first, so I'll go first.
Okay.
Let's compare. I'm sure a lot of people gotten vaccinated before. Even whoever with children, they have children who undergo the national immunization vaccination schedule. So I'm sure, and then even us, we will get vaccinated. The women will get vaccinated for HPV. All of us adults will get vaccinated for flu shot every year. All these vaccinations are much worse than the COVID vaccine, especially the flu shot. So anyone who gets the flu shot, they will know they will get fever, they'll get running nose, they'll get body ache, headache, they'll be out. Some of them will be out for a few days. But the COVID vaccine, I only got the first shot. So the second shot, I'm not really sure. I cannot say for the second shot, but for the first shot, the most I get is pain at the injection site, not during the injection, but the following day. So I got a bit of pain, a bit of soreness, but that's it. So the injection timing itself, it is one of the most pain-free vaccinations I've ever gotten before because the needle is one of the smallest. because the amount is the smallest.
Yeah, it's only 0.3 mils. The day of injection after the jab, instantly I feel sore. My arm is sore when I was being observed for that 15 minutes and a bit of numbness there. I just feel numb at the arm. So that night itself, I started to have aching arm, and you can feel the swelling already. And I was really tired after the injection. I slept for the whole afternoon. I slept through the whole night. When I woke up the next morning, my arm was very sore. I couldn't lift up my arm more than 45 degrees. Yeah. For half a day. So morning I woke up, I got the pain, I got the swelling, I got the soreness. Then I couldn't lift my arm more than 45 degrees. So because I was scheduled to work at night, so I also napped. So, but I woke up in the evening about 4-5 o'clock. It was gone already. So I was still able to work the next day.
Most of my friends actually get a few more side effects. They become very hungry. They become very hungry. Yeah, hunger is one major side effect apparently. I didn't get it, but a lot of people got it. They become very hungry. They become very they feel sleepy. It's not tired. It's just sleepy.
Yes.
So once they go to sleep and they wake up and it's gone. So they become really sleepy like within a few hours after getting the injection. Yeah. Different vaccines will probably behave differently. This is just something, in theory, this is something of the norm for the Pfizer vaccine because it tricks your body into creating something. So when something is working hard, the body will have to react, use more energy. So the sleeping is how the body creates what is needed for the immune system to respond.
Just go for it. It doesn't change your DNA. There's no microchips. There is too much work to do.
Yes.
We want to travel. We want to see our family. Yeah. So so far this is the only way we can achieve herd immunity seriously. So there's no other way. This COVID thing has been more than a year, and all of us are so sick of it already.
In terms of frontliner, I'm probably one of the most frontline in terms of the whole fight against COVID. I'm actually in charge of a COVID ward in Sarawak General Hospital. Not any normal COVID ward. It's actually, we call it the unstable high risk COVID ward. So we are actually the ward that is a step below the ICU.
I see.
So at this point of time, ICU actually touch through ICU only have 3 patients. So most of the other patients are still, some are recovering. At this point of time, at this moment in time, some are recovering, some are holding on. We are watching. Hopefully they don't go into ICU. But looking at this kind of patients, we can see the damage that COVID can do. It's not just a normal flu or cold. A lot of our patients, after getting COVID, the people think that it's just a matter of it's just a week, 10 days, 2 weeks of a flu or running nose. Because that is the majority, that is 80% of patients who are actually like that. They are well, but the 20% are very bad. Their lung get damaged. They will need to be on oxygen for a few months, some even lifelong. Find it very hard. So looking at this kind of patients, we start to realize to prevent more patients to be like this, the only way that we can see, the only exit plan we can see for the whole COVID pandemic is for the vaccine to work. It's for herd immunity to work. And it's not a matter of getting the vaccine and herd immunity builds up. No. Like us frontliners, we get the vaccine it's actually to prevent the healthcare system from failing. That is the only reason why the frontliners are getting vaccinated first. So the phase 2 is to protect the high risk group. Phase 3 is to really build up the herd immunity of the community, which is the general public. So we are holding on to reach phase 2 and phase 3, and we are really hoping that everyone who are eligible can take it, so that when herd immunity is produced and is strong enough, then we can stop seeing these patients coming to our hospital. As long as we can prevent people from getting COVID, then they will not get the COVID complications. And hopefully by then things can go back to normal. It won't be fast. It will be it's a marathon, it will be a long battle. The easy way to understand herd immunity is, we call it herd immunity because think of human beings or a community as a herd of cows, sheep, horses, or whatever. So how a herd protects itself is by putting the stronger members of the community outside to protect against invading forces. And what is inside? The ones that are inside are the weak, the old, the young, and the sick. So how herd immunity works is the strong or the eligible people who are between the age of 18 to, I think there's no age limit at this point of time. Mahathir got it. So the strong will get vaccinated, meaning that we are equipped with the weapons and the sword and the shield to fight COVID, and we are being sent out to protect the weak. So what the World Health Organization aims is 50% to 60-70% to get vaccinated to achieve herd immunity. It's so that COVID don't get past this line of defense, which is us who are fit and strong, who are vaccinated, so that we don't get COVID and we don't spread it back home. Because what we can see from this pandemic is how COVID attacks us and infects us, our community, and our family members is by us.
Yes.
We get COVID, we don't show symptoms, we are very well, but our saliva, our mucus, our airways are all full of the virus, but we don't feel it, we don't get it, and we spread it back home, and our family members get hit hard.
Yeah.
So when they get hit hard, they end up in the hospital, they end up with oxygen, and their lung get damaged. Okay. I mean, a lot of people are talking about effectiveness, things like that. Oh, it's so fast, it's not going to be effective. But I mean, in terms of studies, in terms of the number of patients being vaccinated and them being tested for the immune response or the immune cells versus COVID, in terms of effectiveness, the flu shot is 50% or 40% effective.
Okay.
And people are getting it all the time, every year.
Yeah.
The COVID vaccine, I mean, just the Pfizer. Let's not talk about Sinovac and the other vaccines. Let's just talk about Pfizer, which we have now at this point of time. It's 95% effective. Get vaccinated.
Go for it. Don't doubt.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Nice.
We want to travel.
Very
everyone wants to travel.
Yes, and visit relatives, and to be able to happily hug somebody you love again, these things which we took for granted previously, right?
The sooner we achieve herd immunity, the sooner we can go back to that. But until we achieve herd immunity, all those are still a no-no.
Exactly. Okay then. So thank you so much for your time today. You take care and stay safe, all right?
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Thank you.